Do you want to know how to spot if somebody you're talking to has a real positive mindset, or if you've got a positive mindset? Well, stay tuned and let's find out. Hi everyone, my name's Phil, and today I'm going to talk to you about some of the traits of a positive mindset, so you can answer the question at the top of the video and really find out what sets people apart, what shows that they're living their best life. So hopefully you've seen my last two videos where I talked about the benefits of positive thinking and a few tools and techniques that you can use to get yourself in a positive mindset. I also hope you've been finding the time for a little laughter in your day and you've really been pushing forwards with a real positive attitude. When I'm looking at or talking to someone with a real positive mindset and outlook on life, there tend to be 6 key traits that really start to shine through. Not all of these are obvious through that first conversation and they'll come out over time, certainly such as the resilience one. But these 6 traits I'm going to go into more detail now. So first up, we've got gratitude. And by gratitude, I don't just mean that people with a positive mindset go around saying please and thank you and minding their P's and Q's around everyone. Certainly positive people tend to be polite because they feel comfortable in their own skin. One of the key things that shines through is they'll talk to you at length about things that really interest and excite them. They'll talk about how they had a great time at dinner last night, even though they've just gone to the same place they've been 500 times before. They really look to go out of their way to just enjoy and appreciate life and enjoy what's around them. They're not coveting what their neighbours got. They're not trying to be better than A, B, C, D or E. They're just trying to be themselves and they're happy in their own skin. That doesn't mean that they're not pushing forwards and trying to get more and trying to improve their lives. It just means that they appreciate what they've got at that time and they know that if they work hard, if they put the effort in, if they have that commitment to self-improvement, then they're going to get there, or they're certainly going to have as good an opportunity to get there as anybody. So really just being grateful for who they are, what they've got and what life is bringing them. Another key trait is integrity. What I find with the people with a real positive mindset, they hold themselves accountable. So if they tell you they're going to be somewhere, they'll be somewhere. If they're running late, you'll know in advance. They'll tell you as soon as they can. They're going to tell you the truth. They're not looking to tell you what they think you want to hear. They want to be open and friendly about it. And even if they're a good friend of yours and they're teasing you and it's all a bit jovial, although to an outward observer it might be rude, because of your relationship it's usually positive. So if you're trying to go out somewhere and you don't look the part, they're going to tell you that's the friend you want, not the one that says you look great and then you've got 15 other people going, wow, that was a bold statement there. So holding themselves accountable, having that integrity, knowing that you can take them at their word and that they know that people take them at their word is a really key aspect of success and positivity, because they've cultivated this, they've built this integrity and people know they can trust them. Another key trait is optimism, and of course positive people are optimistic. Their glass is always half full, their toast never falls but side down. Thinking about it, I've got no proof of that whatsoever, and as we've just left integrity, we'll get rid of that one. But really, positive people do tend to be optimistic. One of the best examples I saw was, I was on a holiday and the entertainment crew at the venue had decided to put on some kind of Strictly Come Dancing event, and they chose 4 couples, and you could see that there's 3 of these couples were taking it really seriously. They wanted to win, and then you got another couple who just seemed happy and a little bit dazed to be there. Anyway, the couples were challenged for the first dance to do the waltz, and it became evident within about 2-3 seconds that 4th nervous couple hadn't got a clue what the waltz was. But boy did they jump into it. They went with optimism. They had a good time. They were swinging each other around, they were jumping up and down, they were smiling, they were laughing, and it really whipped the crowd up. Everyone really enjoyed the experience. You could just see the energy from people. They weren't watching the people who were, actually really good dancers. They were watching these 2 clowns have a really good time, and it was a holiday. That's what it was all about. Of course, when it came to the scoring, that couple didn't do the best with the results, and that happened through all 4 dances. So the results came out at the end and they came dead last on the score sheet. But as far as the entertainment crew went, as far as that crowd thought, they were the real winners, and that shone throughout the entire holiday, because we noticed whenever we saw this couple, people were coming up to them and go, "Oh, you're the dancers, you were amazing, we loved that, that was such fun, you won in our eyes." And it was just that real positive, optimistic, energy that they took into it that really rubbed off on me, that said, that's the kind of people I want to be. I want to take chances. I want to do something that makes me feel initially a little bit uncomfortable, but then have fun with it, because I want to get so much more out of it. They got friends throughout the whole venue that night, and people wanted to be around them. There was a buzz, there was an energy, there was fun, and that's really powerful. So I encourage you, be optimistic. Try things, even if they make you feel a little bit nervous. What's the worst that can happen? You know that you don't want to do it again. That's great too. It's a really positive lesson. I mentioned resilience at the top of the video, and that's another key attribute, people with a positive mindset. And resilient people, they understand that things aren't always going to go their way. They understand there's going to be mistakes on the road, that there's going to be setbacks, that it's not going to be perfect. And I've watched videos and read books from leaders in different fields, and they nearly all say the same thing, that to be successful they had to fail 9-10 times before they finally got to the destination they were hoping for. And they all said that they didn't actually fail those first 9 or 10 times, but actually they found ways that didn't work. And through those 9 or 10 attempts that didn't work, they found little bits that did work, that were successful, that they could learn from and they could build into their future successful attempts. And eventually they had enough successful parts to actually get there and reach their destination. So there was a famous quote around, "The harder that I work, the luckier I get," and that was by Thiel. Now, I know this because I just looked it up. What I'm really interested to hear from you guys is, how do you deal with adversity? How do you deal with things not going your way? How do you show resilience? Let me know in the comments below, it would be really interesting. Another key trait is acceptance, and it's similar to resilience. It's accepting advice and constructive criticism that you get. I used to work with a couple of people. They'd just started at the same time. They had very similar jobs, and they were given a very similar piece of work to do. One on side A, one on side B. And they both went away. They considered themselves self-starters, so they didn't need huge amounts of supervision. They thought they were going to be the next big thing. Anyway, they both went away, and they both came back, and as you'd expect, there were bits of the work that weren't fantastic, so they needed some constructive criticism around it, some guidance, some further advice. Now, the first person got quite, shirty with it, and it was just like, "Well, I'm too busy, it's too noisy, the instructions weren't clear." And finally they accepted what they were being told, and they went away to work on it again. And then the second person came in, and a very similar story. There were things that needed to be improved, but this person was like, "I hadn't thought about it that way. Yeah, what if we do this? What if we do that? No, I see what you're saying now, I get it, I understand." And they both went off. Of course, the deadline came round, and the first person brought their work back, and it was passable. They'd done a decent job, but it wasn't lighting any fires. The second person came back, and their work was brilliant. They got above and beyond the original brief. They'd really outlined what we were looking for, and they'd really delivered. Now, this first person, they're doing all right. They're pretty much still in the same job, and they're making ends meet, and they're a very capable individual. The other person, though, has gone from strength to strength. They moved to a different company, and they're considered one of the leaders in their field now. And they're really an inspiration, because they had that acceptance. They could understand that they weren't going to get things right, that somebody at this point knew more than them and could offer them advice that would help them improve and really get there and reach the destination and be successful. Finally, another key trait of a positive mindset is being mindful and being conscious of the effect that they're having on themselves and that of the effect they're having on the world around them. You'll often hear people say that they're their own biggest critics. Well, a mindful person will often say that they're their own biggest constructive critics. So they'll look to learn from what's gone well in the day, what hasn't gone well, how can they improve, how can they be better, because there's always room for improvement. Mindful people also will look at the effect that they've had on other people throughout the day, because they're not looking to get ahead by stepping on top of other people. They want to inspire people and bring people with them. And you'll find that actually the most successful people, do tend to be able to bring people with them. They've got a real effect, a magnetism that allows them to be successful, because people trust them because they've got integrity, they've got resilience, they've got acceptance, and they want to really build around these people, and they want to be around people who are positive, and that allows this positive person to really, draw strength from people who are around them and helping them and there to be supportive. So they were 6 key traits of people with a real positive outlook and positive mindset on life. So maybe these don't come naturally to you, but if you could look to adopt 1 or 2 of them into your daily routine, and you can try and feel more positive, and then just build on that, it should really help you be more positive and have a more positive outlook on life, and hopefully make you happier. Now's my opportunity to go back to the first positive mindset and express my gratitude for sticking with me to the end of this video. So thanks very much, guys. I hope you've taken something from this, and I look forward to talking to you on the next one. Have a really good and positive day, everyone. Thank you.